thought you might want to see what it looks like when I get your MRT, Mediator Release Test, results back and what goes on behind the scenes before you even see results and we go over them. So let me share my screen and I'll show you some results. Here they are right here. Here's a sample patient's results, and you'll see we've got the low, moderate, and highly reactive foods going on here. And I will look at the chemicals probably first of all to see what naturally occurring or chemicals that are added to foods this person is sensitive to. One of the main things we go over is what I call page 5. Page 5 basically is only the foods that were in the green. So most people think green means good. I can eat them all, but not so fast. So first of all, I'm going to see, are there any naturally occurring chemicals that this person needs to avoid in the foods that came back in the green on their list? Because that can happen. For instance, a person could be fine with coffee, but not fine with the caffeine in the coffee, which means they actually can't have coffee either for a while. So I did look through. This person needed to avoid sodium metabolized sulfites. So I wrote sulfites right there. They also needed to avoid phenylethylamine. Put a little code here for this person so that they know that SULF up there meant sulfites and that they need to get organic grapes and check the labels, especially of dried fruits. We discuss it a little bit more at the appointment. And that phenylethylamine that's in chocolate, they would need to avoid for 3 weeks. Then, as you can see, I drew little lines or little bubbles around different sections of this report. So what I like to do, it doesn't always work out this way, but what I like to do is have foods that are 1.0-ish or less in days 1 through 10, and then 1.5-ish or less in days 11 through 20, etc. Also, for days 1 through 10, I wanted to be foods that the person has eaten in the last couple of years on a general basis, and hopefully also the things that the person likes. When we meet, we will start going through this page, and I will simply ask them, okay, in this protein category, tell me the foods in here that you have eaten in the last couple of years and that you like. And then we will actually check them off. So actually they will have this printed up, whether they're in person in my office or we're meeting virtually, and they will check them on their list and I will also check them on mine. And we'll go through each category. And, they're not going to like every single food in every category, and that's fine. But we will come up with a list of what they can eat for days 1 through 5. So you'll notice I kind of added the oils here because olive was listed under fruits, and avocado was as well, and coconut was listed down here under flavor enhancers. So for convenience, I put it up here with the oils. So we'll go through and we'll have a bunch of little checks after we finish that little discussion. And then I will say, okay, now that you see what foods you're eating for the first 10 days, what do you think you'll have for breakfast? And we'll just go through the day, like what they could, several breakfast ideas, several lunch ideas, several dinner ideas, till they kind of get the hang of how you put all this together and make your own menus, basically. So then once we've done that, I'll briefly explain how to add in foods once we get to day 11, but not much because will be some modules in my program that they will view to see how you do all this and review what we just talked about today. And then after that, we will go over their what I call the Pinpoint Quench Restore food reintroduction schedule. So my goal is to get inflammation down by eating only the foods you weren't reactive to based on the MRT test results and then heal that gut lining. And so I have my favorite gut healing supplements and other supplements that I feel that everybody should take. But not everybody gets the exact same ones. They're more individualized to each person. And so we'll go over what that person will be doing. That's it in a nutshell. What you will be doing in an hour to hour and a half long appointment. This is so different from common elimination diets where you're eliminating whole categories of food, like all legumes, all or nightshades, or all whatever, not even paying attention to what does your immune system say is causing inflammation for you. That's the important thing. And by following this immunocalm diet, we are asking our immune system, hey, what's bothering me? Avoiding those and then gradually adding them back in. I think it's the coolest thing in the world.